Today I'm going to do a review on the Vargo Firebox stainless steel grill. This thing retails for about 50 bucks. I think I got this one on Amazon. There's a lot of places you can get them. They also have one that's in titanium, but the reviews on that one weren't as good. I guess the heat makes it warp. So there's a lot of different reviews on these. I was really impressed with just how thin it is. It's perfect. So you can sit on the bike, and it's not even any bigger than my tail bag. But it should work out really well. I haven't used it yet. I'm supposed to do a camp out with my son this weekend, but there's 30-mile-an-hour winds out in the desert, and that's not, no, not for me. But yeah, I was really impressed with it once I got it. And it comes with this nice bag that's easy to get it back into. And so even after it's dirty, you can put it in this bag. I kind of wish they would have made it to where the bag would open up all the way so you could wash it easier. But this thing's pretty cool. And for 50 bucks, yeah, I'd say there's 50 bucks worth of material and engineering that went into this. It definitely is interesting. It's kind of like that origami, one of those puzzles. So, but once it goes together, it's pretty sturdy. And I have burned some charcoal in it just because I didn't know if they you know, put any oil or anything on it. So, but this is what it looks like once it's assembled. So it's oh, maybe 6 inches tall. So it's got a little grate in the bottom of it, and you could probably get 2 small steaks on here, or a filleted fish would fit on here. It's pretty much for one person, you know. I suppose if you have time, you could do 2, you know. But I put about 5 or 6 briquettes in here, and you can actually use it to with just wood debris. Typically that's what this is. Hikers, backpackers would use something like this, and they just use debris that they find on the ground to burn. Using charcoal is kind of cheating a little bit, I guess, but I think it worked great. You know, I use matchlight briquettes, and I put a couple of them in, like, or 3 or 4 of them in the little snack bags, and double it up, and I can throw it in my pack, and I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to carry lighter fluid, and once you get it started, it's good to go. Even if it gets windy, it shouldn't be a problem. So, and that's kind of what I'm thinking, is that this will be the key, because when you camp in Vargo, you are not allowed to have ground fires. You can have a fire, but it can't be on the ground. So I guess they just don't want a bunch of fire pits all over the place, like you find in Ocotillo wells, sometimes 20, 30 feet apart, which is ridiculous. With this, I can camp out there. Now, when you camp in the national forest, you still wouldn't be able to use this, at least in California. They don't allow charcoal fires at all. You have to use gas if you're gonna cook out there. I'm working on something for that as well, but we'll see. I'll probably cheat and grill on this thing at my house, and so I'll do a video on that so you can kind of see how it works. But yeah, for 50 bucks, you know, and you can pack it on your bike. It's small enough. They have those fire boxes. They're quite a bit taller. Seem to pack about the same size, I think. And people use them. They cook steaks on them and everything, and I guess it works okay. I just don't. I don't see it. I prefer a regular grill type thing, but those fireboxes, they work pretty well also, and maybe one of these days I'll get one of those. But they're I haven't seen. I'm sure you can find some knockoffs that are cheaper, but most of them are fairly expensive. And I thought for 50 bucks, this was certainly worth a try. Um, so I'm gonna give it a shot and see what happens. And the only thing is, you obviously you can't control how high your food is. So once you start cooking on it, you're kind of stuck. But I did see a guy that had a firebox, and what he did is he made a spit. So he had a couple steaks, as in going to the ground steaks, and then he ran a shaft through it, and he could rotate it above this. And I actually think that's a really good idea. Now he was using a firebox, not the firebox grill, but I think the principle would be the same, and you have a little more control over what you're doing. So I think I'm gonna make something like that as well. So I don't know. I just like come up with this stuff. So I'll grill up some steaks tonight, and we'll see what happens. So I'm getting this thing prepped. I put a little paper down here, and then get 6 briquettes in there. And what's nice is you can fold this open. So like if you're cooking and you're only using maybe half of this, you're using debris, like wood, small pieces of wood that you could find, you'd be able to open this up and feed more in. So that makes it real convenient to be able to add more to it if you need to. So it looks like the charcoal is just about ready. Got a couple of steaks. They're awfully thin. I guess I asked for them thin, so thin is what I got. Almost carne asada thin. But we'll see how this goes. I have a feeling it's going to take a while to cook them on this. Should probably just trim that off. But we'll see. So we'll see how they turn out. So they're cooking up pretty good. Yeah, it definitely will hold a couple steaks. So there isn't a whole lot of room. You're trying to keep it all over the coals, but yeah, it'll definitely work. So we'll have to wait until it's all done and see how they turn out. There you go. Still plenty of charcoal left. I'm sure you could cook another steak on that. And yeah, like I said, these are really thin. Overcooked it a little bit, but it's still really good. Really happy with it. So yeah, so that's the Vargo stainless steel grill, and yeah, I think I'm really happy with it. So click the like button and subscribe, and go hit the trails.